Hi again. This time round, I'm hopefully going to be finishing this level that I've been drawing here. Um, if you've seen any of my previous streams, I've been drawing this level for the game Eight Dragons. Um, this is an office level of a walk-along beat-em-up, scrolling beat-em-up, and I've basically been building up all of the components of this level. My main aim really has been to have a nice office environment for our bad guy, this dude here, who is Mr. Big, and he's going to inhabit here. You're going to come in this door, you're going to beat him up, you're going to win the game. That's basically it. Um, I've been concentrating mostly in the last stream on lighting, but the main aim really is to enforce this midline here. I've spoken about it a lot in the previous streams. It is the line above which the players should not stray, and programmatically they can't go up there, but we need to enforce that visually so that they don't attempt to go up there. So we've put in, well, I've put in this fire extinguisher, this plant, this desk, this filing cabinet, there's a bin here, and I've been struggling to think of things that might stop someone from going up there. I've had a couple of ideas, however. What I think I might do, now it's a bit of a cop out because people don't like to cross lines, and even though it's a line that in real life you would just step across, what I'm thinking is I'll extend these wires here from the computer out in front of the desk, straight along here, down a bit here, and I'll put a socket on the wall. And then people won't walk up here because even though there's no, well, they won't try to walk up here, but even because there's no obvious obstruction, that line will just give them an idea of what they can't do. The other thing I thought I might do is just put a box in here, just a random box that might have paper in, kind of thing. And also, I will be finishing off, given the impression of light and dark in the room, so that we feel that there's some real depth, some real I suppose, yeah, depth is a good enough word here, so that it doesn't just feel like a flat picture as much as it can. So I'm going to start, I think, by popping a shadow in for the filing cabinet that matches where the light is, or at least where the light appears to be. So we'll get the filing cabinet shadow layer, which I think is this one. No, that's the filing cabinet. There we go, that's the shadow layer. And I'm just going to use my polygon select tool. I use it for most things. And I'm going to grab an area roughly like that. And I'm going to make everything inside of it dark, or at least darker. I might gradient fill it a bit. Let me have a look at this office here. Now that's just straight. I mean, obviously that's glass that light's coming through and it's kind of tainting the wall, but I think that works. And doing the same over there. So staying inside of the style, I will just darken this up. We'll use the fill tool. We'll get some black and we'll get a very low opacity and we'll add it until it looks right. Okay. I'm on the wrong layer here. Filing cabinet shadow, there we go. Is that too much? I think it's okay. Yep, works for me. Well, that was a simple first job, wasn't it? Now, I might just, my line tool, I might just add just a small amount here. Subtlety is the watchword. Yeah, that works for me. And yeah, okay. Oh, I had another idea as well. While I was on my way to work this morning, I thought I might shove the big bow tie company logo on the carpet um, in red. It might work. It might not. So that's something that we can have a look at, see whether it works. If it doesn't work, just not do it. If it does, great. Um, yeah, I was thinking this back wall looks a bit plain, but looking at this one, there's not much in it. I mean, this one's pretty plain too. There are doors and things, and this one has windows and things. I think we're probably grand there. The other thing, uh, this room doesn't have any skirting boards. This room doesn't have any skirting boards, but it's the lobby of the office, and maybe it wouldn't. Maybe this room would. So I might look at that in a minute as well. All right, let's start with these wires. So the desk, the desk shadow. Where's the desk? The desk is here. And the PC, which is where the wires are, is here. So let's get that layer. Got the PC layer. And let's draw some lines. Now, I think if I were to draw a line like this, over here, up the wall, and to a socket that I've yet to draw. No, actually, that just looks really stupid. Okay, I shall not do that. We will have to think of something else to do here. So I will work on a box over here instead. Maybe there can be a box here. There could be two boxes, can't there? All right then. So on this layer, let's get a new layer. I guess if this is the first stream you've seen, I'm Chris. I do most of the graphics for Extend Mode. We make video games. This video game is a scrolling beat 'em up, as I said at the beginning. We've made video games before. The last one was a game called Crazy Otto. It was released on Steam a couple of years ago. You can go and get that. In fact, I'll probably, when I publish this on YouTube afterwards, I will probably pop a link in there. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find that. There'll at least be a link to the company website or the Steam page. Okay, so a box. Got a box layer. Boxes are usually cardboard. Cardboard is usually a very grey-brown, like that. And the box, I don't think I'll put it straight head on. That would be boring. So we'll have it kind of like this. I'll get a slightly darker version just so I can see what I'm doing. Now, is there any good reason to have a box there? Probably not. I'm actually going to move that layer down behind the plant. Now, how did I move this before? I found I could, but what did I do? Ah, okay. Where is the plants layer? It's not the bin layer. It's not the desk layer. Oh yeah, the whole plant is there, isn't it? Okay, the reason I've done that is I figure I probably have more than one box, and I can shove this box behind here a little, and then have another box just in front of it. Because, you know, two boxes is a little bit more, do you know what? Three boxes. A stack of boxes. That happens in offices. I can put labels on them. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll get rid of these two. I'll finish drawing the box. I'll duplicate them, stack them. It doesn't look too silly. And we can probably even have one here behind the bin. Ah, yeah, that works for me. He's just moved into the office. Yeah, I think we've solved the problem. I think we'll get this finished today. Right, let's work on this one box. Let's make it look like a box. You can deal with shadows and things later. Right. Now, there are some rules about lighting three-dimensional objects in 2D, and I can never remember them. I think that it's kind of, you'd expect there to be light on this leading edge, but actually what you want is light on the edge that's going to be close to the darkness of the thing. And I'm not certain why that is. In fact, I might even want it lighter than the whole, not that light, but you know, you get the picture. Yeah, I don't quite understand it. I'll have to do another study of things to see why that might be the case. I haven't sat down and done a sort of pencil drawn study of anything for a while, so it might be worth doing. The last time I painted anything, I think, was when David Bowie died, and I painted a portrait. That was a while ago now. Right. If anyone wants to see that portrait, by the way, I'll show it to you if you leave me a comment asking to do that, and I'll find a way to get that shown to you. But for now, let's concentrate on making this box look three-dimensional and, more importantly, solid. All right. Yeah. A little bit of anti-aliasing. Something quite like manual anti-aliasing. Okay, and get a darker colour. And I guess not actually, just straight down the side. No, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, and then a shipping label of some sort, so we want off-white. Possibly not that white. Possibly not that grey. Okay, and then using the grey, let's just add something that could be writing. Just to give it the impression that there's something going on the label. It's not just, and there'll probably be a colour on there as well. There'll be some bluishness or something. Company logo, that kind of thing. Let's put another label on sort of here. Boxes are full of labels, and maybe one across the top. I'll get rid of that top one. Okay. And just some darkness across the bottom, really. Not too much darkness there. I guess it's incumbent upon me to ask that if you enjoy this, then, you know, subscribe, and I'll keep doing more. And if you don't enjoy it, subscribe, you know. I'll probably keep doing more anyway. But yeah, like and share and all the other things. And more importantly, actually, I mean, the key reason I'm even doing this is that I'm making a video game. And if you've some interest in that, then I guess go to Steam and register your interest by putting it on your wish list. And well, we'll know that you want the game. Okay. Same with the brightness and contrast, because I think I didn't quite make it contrasty enough. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. It's far too grey. Okay. Now this is something that I wouldn't have been able to do in the tools that I used in the late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, while things like PaintShop Pro in the early 2000s and late 90s had the ability to adjust contrast, the packages you'd have used to push pixels around just wouldn't have had that facility. Am I happy with that? I don't think it has the weight it should. Let's get some more darkness in there. Okay. Come on, cardboard box, reveal yourself to me. Okay, I'm gonna go with that, and then once I pull the shadows out and see how that looks. Okay. Right, so we're going to move this over here behind the plant, and we're going to get another Control C, Control V, there we go, another one, put it in front, another one stacked on top. Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of boxes there. We'll sort out a shadow in a second. And then we'll show another one over here behind the bin. Let's put our dudes back in, see how they look in there. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, so let's get some shadow sorted out for this. Back to our wall lights, or floor lights even. This is just the lighting on the floor. Might not be the best name for the layer, but I know what it means. I'll sort of pop this out here, like this, up, yeah, like that, like that. So there's one box here, and then we get another box down here. Let's go with that. Okay, and I'll add some closer shadows. in as well. Let's grab this. This is only the one box, so it's not going to be that big a shadow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's shove some actual shadows in. So where's the box layer gone? Box layer. Let's get a new layer. Call it box shadows. Right then. A darker color, black precisely. Let's shove in some darkness here. It's really just about anchoring it to the scene so that it looks like it is, you know, if it's affecting the environment around it, it feels like it's in the scene. If it isn't, like, for example, I'm not affecting the environment around me in this video. I'm just ahead. So I'm obviously not part of the thing that you're looking at. And the way to make things part of the thing that you're looking at is to anchor them to it by making them really affect the stuff underneath or around them, and then you really feel that they're there, and it kind of pulls a whole scene together rather than just a collage of bits. You've got a cohesive environment. See, now that I think that looks better already. Those boxes do look like they're there. I need to add some shadow onto this box here, which will be cast by this box here. So I'll go back onto the box layer. Just cast a little shadow here. You see now that that's anchored that to that. Okay, that should be in more shadow, just because of the box on top of it. Definitely, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. I don't think there's much more to do there. I think that might count as a layer. Sorry, as a level. I think that is a game level. Right, well, I might do some final tweaks on my own, but so far as drawing a level for this game is concerned, I think this is done. I don't think the player characters are going to try and walk up past the midline, and I don't think it's too obvious that we've tried to... do you know what there isn't? There isn't the back of a chair. Mr. Big's going to have a nice chair, and there's no chair there. I think I even gave the no, I didn't give the secretary a chair. She stood up. But Mr. Big, sorry, this fella here, who's got the portrait of himself, he's going to have a chair. I think it's going to be a leather thing, a leather affair. I'm going to create a layer that's underneath desk, but above blind. Chair. Oh, and I didn't have a go at the carpet. Okay, I'm not done streaming yet. I thought I was, but I am not. There's stuff to do. Okay, so let's have a look at this chair idea. Let's grab some. Let's fill some. Go on. Actual black. There we go. Let's get rid of some. And then let's do some lighting. Okay. leather is shiny, so intense points of light. The shinier something is, the more intense the light gets it. More. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Yeah, that's a chair. That'll do. I mean, it's pixel art, right? There's not a lot you can do. So you have to do what you can with what you've got. Really, you're making impressions. You're just making impressions. Pixel art is fundamentally impressionism. I'm going to call that a chair. I'm going to say that's okay. See, on the subway train level, we've got these leatherette, or maybe plastic, I don't know. The material's immaterial, but I had a lot more space to give you the impression that something is going on there, whereas here I've just got this top. Okay, yeah, chair, that's done. Right, so let's have a look at this carpet. What I thought I'd do is, you know, put the logo of the company in the carpet. It's a running theme at that point. We've got it all over this office, this bow tie. We've got it here on the top of this office entrance, which is the same office, of course. So yeah, why not? Let's try and put it in here. So let's go to the floor layer. Underneath the lighting on top of the floor, new layer, floor logo. Okay, so I'm going to try using my eye for this kind of thing, get this forced perspective right. Now, I think I'm going to have to go to about the middle there. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll fill that up, flip it, and do the other side. So we're going to go for a red. It's going to be yeah, I don't know. What do I think of that? If I make it a bit darker, I think, I mean, the colour itself, I think that might work. Take the saturation down, nice. Take the lightness down. I think that works. I think everyone's going to know that that's the company logo. They'll have just walked through that office. Maybe I should complete the bow tie and have the stripes. Then I might have to move the whole thing up. That's not going to work. I'll shrink it. I figure it's in line with the door. Do you know what? I think I can leave it there. Right, okay, and with that, Mr. Big's got a chair. There's some nice stuff going on the floor. I think that's done. Okay, right, well, thank you very much for watching. The next time I stream, I will probably be doing some animation. Specifically, this office here has got this nice lady here operating the computers, and I figure that while you're fighting across here, it would be very bizarre if she was permanently still. So I'm going to animate her a little bit, a couple of cycles of things that she can do just while the action's happening. And that will be what I do next time. So thank you again. Bye-bye.